Painting go 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 go. Sip. Painting go 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 go. Painting go go go. Painting go. It's painting go. Painting go. Painting me, painting you. Painting go. Painting go. Painting go. Painting go 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 go. Painting go 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 go. Oh, sip. I love fucking coffee. Painting go. Oh, Java. That's it, you petrified primate, you. Remind these filthy mortars the meaning of beauty. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo, 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 goo. Painting goo. Bring it home, Myro, you marvelous monkey, you. Painting goo, 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 goo. Painting goo, goo, goo. Painting fucking goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Goo 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 goo. This pot always makes me weep. It's so beautiful. Bring it home, Myro. Do it for the Japanites. Remind these filthy foreign dogs what beauty is. Painting goo. It's painting goo. Feckin' painting goo. Oh, that's so beautiful. If you have any honor, you will place a tip in the monkey's bowl for bringing you such beautiful tunage on this fine Thursday. Greetings, my beloved Japanites, and all you other foreign dogs, feeble mortars. Another glorious episode of Paintingu! The glorious light of heaven shines brightly on us today on Paintingu. It displays, it highlights the unfortunate business of our feathery friend Tobias Beakus Cross. Indeed, he is face down in his own gong this fine Thursday. Why? Because in my haste to make it to the Roo after yesterday's stream, my frowing fabulous kimono knocked loose Tobias from his pedestal. He came crashing down to the carpeted floor. And there he met his end. So, with some uhu grew and some faith, I shall restore him post-streamu. As some things got in the way. Those of you who are in the Telegram chat already know, but for all you other feeble mortals who are only becoming present to Paintingu at this moment in time, is it too bright? If it's too bright, I don't really care. It's only when I look away, so fuck you all. I'm not dealing with fucking shit right now. Stress. Excuse me while I descend into proper Paintingu posture. Glorious. And revere my fortuitous froppy top notu. My anti-oni top notu. Yes, indeed, the female Wishy was in a minor crash in the old vehicle this morning, or this afternoon. Moments before I was supposed to go rive, she came bounding into the house, weeping from adrenaline and sadness. No one was hurt. It was a minor fender bender, but the females in question that emerged from their vehicle were rude, ignorant, mischievous, and of a trickster type. If you know the type, you know the type. Pikeys! So she was a bit emotionally distraught. They said a few things that made her feel very worried and unsafe, you know. They were being hyperbolic. They were acting as if someone had been murdered, when indeed only the wing mirror had been slightly fricked out of place. But, nevertheless, things have been dealt with. Everyone is safe, everyone is sound. And crisis has been averted. So the goo may flow. It is particularly bright this day, though. Yes, she's fine. She's fine. No worse for the wear. Just some weeping, some female emotions, you know. But other than that, totally okay. Brothers Desmondu, Tuegaru, Max Doudberu, Griffu, how's Gina? I have heard that you also are facing challenges of a vexing nature. Is indeed, as I say, how we deal with these challenges that makes a man. And how I deal with things is with, quite often, sighing and a furrowed brow. Indeed, these days, there's fuck all else you can do, really. So much protocol. So much trickery and rise. So much bureaucracy and lack of simple justice. Those who transgress should be dealt with harshly. Examples should be set. But, alas, I am not in charge. So, nobody will be hung this day. But one day, when I return to Chinese heaven and face the fucking Monkey King, things will change. Right. Et voila. Yes, my apologies for the lateness, but as I have just explained, things happened. Shit happens, as they say. It reminds me of a joke. What is an oval slit that's moist and surrounded by hair? Oh, you filthy foreign dog, you. Defender Bear's weeping eye. I love, I don't know why, but it just makes me laugh when I'm like, when I'm pretending to be a fucking Japanese demigod who's weeping over how beautiful the piano playing is from a petrified monkey. Like, it's so beautiful! It'll make me weep. there's so many things about this stream, just these little bits that we've come up with and stuff like, and that have just like in the moment I've just been like, yeah, that'd be funny, and then I end up repeating them ad nauseum, stream after stream. Myro being a petrified primate is definitely one of my favorites. Perhaps you can employ the services of the neighborhood watch from Hot Fuzz. They know how to deal with such treacherous creatures. It's for the greater good. Yeah, I know. I mean, like a fucking times like this, I pine for the days where you could just get some rope and a Winchester and deal with stuff, you know. But alas, you know, being in a small town and all, it is best to just let the local authorities deal with the situation. You know, but they're pikeys, like, you know. Like, quite often it's like it's probably a better option to just, like, you know, go down and challenge the biggest one there to a one-on-one to display your superiority, you know, because that's how these fucking mongoloids operate. Like, you know, like, they're not only tribal but what would be it, feral. like I've come across a few pikeys in my day that are like totally sound, really funny, great people. You know, they just keep to themselves and they're old school. You know, they've got horses, they live in caravans, they love fucking making bonfires and drinking whiskey. I have no issue, you know. But it's just like niggers. Like, do you know what I mean? Some niggers are hilarious and cool to hang around with for a while, but nevertheless, they are niggers. Like, it's like, you know, I love Hennessy too. You know, like, but an obscene behavior is an obscene behavior. That's the end of it. Like, you know, employing the neighborhood watch from Hot Fuzz would be fucking hilarious though, because there is actually a lot of old people in the town here. So it'd be fucking so funny if I could just put a message up on Facebook and some of the local farmers just like went down and put a lot of fucking bird shot in the side of their caravan. You know, like, you know, nothing lethal. Like, just a warning shot. Like, fuck around and find out. Like, but anyway, we are here to goo. So, as promised, for the last couple of Thursdays and for all the coming Thursdays until it is complete, we are returning to our tribute to a once great man, now a shameful, saggy, pathetic werp of a mortal, Arnold Blacknigger. Arnold Blacknigger, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger, was once a great action hero. And we are solidifying his memories from everything from Terminator to Conan to fucking True Lies to fucking The Last Superhero to Sixth Day to fucking all of them. As many as we could fit in. That's why I put him on a fucking rocky, like, scrap heap thing so I could just throw loads of, like, I might even put a teddy bear there, you know, just for shits and giggles. But yeah. Trying to remember better times, you know, before he sold his soul to the devil. Screw your freedom. Well, screw you, Arnie. We have Roma gypsies here, but they shapeshift as Latinos, Mexicans to the untrained eye mark. I know, like, it's fucking, like, everywhere has them, you know. They're just, like, unanimously, it's just called scum, you know. It's the shit you wipe off your shoe at the end of the day, you know. And it's like, I don't, like, we live at a time where for years nobody was allowed to say anything about any group because it was deemed racist or bigoted or whatever, like, but the pendulum is starting to swing now. Even in the mainstream, like, you know, and like people need a cathartic release in many ways, like, you know, and it's like, it's good. It is a good moral thing. Even in the Bible, do not cast your pearls before swine. That is a really polite way of saying, you know, like, do not tolerate scumbags. Like, do not tolerate profane, puerile, pathetic, pathological, fucking, give me another P word. I don't know, I can't think of one. Fucking degenerates. That's all it is at the end of the day. Every group, every race, every creed, every religion, every sect, secret society, every group has its black sheep, its cunt, its dark horse, its fucking just, resident wanker, They're everywhere. And they must be routed like weeds. Griffo! Ha! Res! Everything good? Everything... Is Gina... Glory, skip. Oof. God's bless me. Is Gina okay? I briefly seen stuff in the Legends chat. I haven't been in the Legends chat in fucking ages. I've been so busy the last few weeks. Stressed out of my mind. Trying to get a proper work routine down. I finally did a workout today. I can barely call it a workout. It was like a warm up. I got the fucking, the barbell out with the weights on it. It's only fucking 20 kilos on it. I feel like a bitch having a fucking barbell that only has like 20 kilos on it. Like, I need to get more weights. But weights are expensive. They're fucking expensive. For ages I was just sticking with the sandbag, which is also 20 kilos, but it's much more versatile. The barbell is the reason I used the barbell today is because like it was fucking pouring rain outside, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just work out in the kitchen. Like, so I just like screwed the barbell together, put the 20 keys on it, and just did some overhead presses and some deadlifts and some squats and some fucking curls and shit. And I did feel better after it. Like it's been like 2 weeks since I did a proper, easily 2 weeks, maybe more, since I did a proper workout. Like when I do a proper workout, it's like a prison workout. Like, dips, pull-ups, fucking, I don't even, what do you call those things? Like leg lifts, like a lot of core work. Hold yourself up in an elevated position on the dip bar, and like bring your knees to your chest repeatedly. Squats, lunges, stuff like that. Like, like I like a workout that hits everything in the workout, and at the same time, you got like, I like going to failure on like as many parts of my body as possible. I'm not a fan of this whole like, it's leg day. It's like, no, every day is leg day. You have legs, you use your legs to get around. Like, every day is fucking leg day. Start slow, get the heart rate up. Yeah, like I just like I can't even call it a workout. Like, it would be an absolute shameful lie to call what I did this morning a proper workout. But because I haven't done anything in a few weeks now, like I was very sluggish, and my hands and my everything is just so like dry and like stiff and shit. Somebody has a painful glorious demigod counselor. 20 kilos. Gay. I know. It's like shameful. Like, I could easily put fucking like, well, obviously it depends on the depends on what you're doing. The last time I was in a gym, I could chest press 75 kilos, which is like roughly how much I weigh. I've floated around 79 kilos for a while, and I could, like, if I was sitting down just on the chest press, I could like do nearly my body weight. At the time, one of the friends that I was going to the gym with, a guy like much smaller than me, was able to chest press like over 100 kilos. And I was just like, I was just looking at him and be like, how do you, like, just this little nigga, just like, like, I'm telling you, being small, like, there's so many advantages to being small. When you cover more of a, like, I am a little bit lanky, little bit. I'm not like I'm just under 6 foot, so like, I'm not what most people would consider to be tall, but I'm also not small. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I always, like, anytime I talk about like stuff like stats, like physical stats,
I always find myself laughing at myself because I'm like literally like a 7 in everything. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm fucking like I'm not too tall, I'm not too small, I'm not too wide, I'm not too narrow. Like I can put weight on, but like it's not like incredibly difficult for me, but it's like really easy for me to lose weight at the same time. Um I still have decent cardio even though I've smoked and do fuck all. Like I for someone who could just get up off the couch and do shit, like I'm fairly fucking capable, but like I feel like trash, you know? Which is like I think genetically, like if it's like if you're not at a certain like uh milestone or threshold that you're like genetically predisposed to be at, I think your body starts to get depressed and it's just like, dude, like you're wasting it. Like, cause I could be like jacked and like really dangerous, you know? Like I can barely kick above my head now, and I used to be able to do like I look like Hwarang out of Tekken, like, do you know what I mean? Fucking red hair and a fucking sleeveless t-shirt and like what up? Like I didn't get any belts or anything. Like fucking did I get my white belt? I think that was the only belt I got was the white one. But like like I sound like I'm in my 40s, like, because I'm like, oh, when I was a young one, I used to be able to, like, but like that is genuinely how I feel. Like, I feel like 10, 15 years ago, I used to be like quite capable, and I've like held on to maybe like 50% of that, and then I just like lost a ton of weight. My joints stiffened up. Like, you should hear my knees when I'm going up the stairs, man. It sounds like gravel. It's ridiculous. I have nothing else to do after work today, so I finally returned to the gym. Excellent, excellent. What of the moving into the new house chores? Are they all complete? To be fair, your beard is probably an out point five. Ah, domo. Um, it's like even I judge my beard though, because it's like it's real like fair. Like I have a very ginger beard. It's like it's thick, but like if I was to shine a light through, like, it's not like full. It's because it doesn't curl, because it's straight. It's quite Asian. I have very Asian hair in a sense. The female's always like giving out to me when she's cutting my hair or something, or brushing my hair. She's like, your hair is so thick. You have so much hair. I literally think somewhere in my genetics I have like some kind of Asian sitting in there, like, because I'm not like other gingers. Do you know what I mean? I'm so niche. It's kind of annoying. like, because like I've seen other gingers and they're like either way more like copper and orange than I am, um, or they're like more red or something. Like I'm fairly brown. Do you know what I mean? Like, a teacher once described me as auburn, and I was just like, okay, what the fuck? Like I just think it's hilarious. Like I was saying on the stream there the other day, like when you're a ginger and you get bullied, it's another level. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like if you're like black or foreign, or from like a different part of the country you're in or some shit, like, it's like you're different in a really obvious way. So that kind of on a level makes sense in a tribal, group think or whatever. But I've literally experienced like I have the same skin. I'm from the same place. I speak in the same way, and the only difference is that my hair is red, and it's not even that red. And it's like, fucking ginger, you have no soul. Like, and it's like, what? I don't know. I think it's payback for like I'd say Genghis was I'd say Genghis was redheaded, and like it's probably genetic payback for like my ancestors like literally fucking all of your women. Like everywhere, all of them. Um, yes, I have been called a ginger ninja many times. One of the lads started calling me the Kung Fu Daywalker. I couldn't stop laughing the first time I heard it. I think we were actually watching Blade. I can't. Maybe we might have been playing video games. But yeah, it's like one of the lads. He was like Kung Fu Daywalker. It's fucking hilarious. I literally am like a fucking vampire, man. Like I have like fucking transparent skin. Like it could be like fucking 16 degrees outside, like 16 degrees Celsius, and I'll walk out to my back garden. And I've always been like this. I think I told the story before. Like more than likely, I fell asleep on a bench in a like an Irish summer camp. When I was like 14, and my whole face got like quite nearly like second degree burns. Like my whole, one of the lads the following day after, when I was in the morning when I was going into college, the morning after I'd gotten burned, so it had really like blistered and swelled up by that stage. We used to stop into a local newsagent, like a little shop, with like, you know, like sweets and snacks and stuff, right? And we'd get some stuff there and then go into the college. So a load of people would be in that shop right before when the college had to start. And one of the lads was like, "Bro, you look like Freddy Krueger." I was like, actually, it wasn't even like that. It was like, it wasn't even that like straight. It was like, we were like outside the shop waiting for people, and he was standing across from me. We were all talking, and I don't think anybody had said anything yet. And then somebody said something, and he, like, I think the way he said it was like, "Well, at least I don't look like Freddy Krueger over here." Like, and I started laughing. And I remember it hurt to smile. Because I was like, I thought it was hilarious. Like, I was like, yeah, like, I fucking, because I looked at myself in the mirror before I left that morning. And, like, I literally had, like, white, like, I was tomato red all over my face. And I had white blotches in different places. My whole forehead was, like, no mess, like, about a centimeter, about 1.5 centimeters off, like, where it used to be. It had been raised by about a centimeter and a half, and the same with my cheeks and my nose. I literally had, like, I looked like I had been fucking walking through the Sahara for like a week. Do you know what I mean? With no water and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? The only thing I was missing was fucking blistered lips. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, and all I did was just fall asleep for a while. Not even that long. I just had a nap, and I had a hoodie over my face. And so the nurse was like, "Yeah, that probably didn't help." Like, do you know what I mean? Fucking, like, I literally, like, cooked my fucking face, like. And I was mad, like. Fuck. When I initially went in, after realising how badly I got burnt, and I went into the nurse of the college, she gave me a Lemsip, right? And if you're, like, for Americans, like, I don't know if you guys have the brand Lemsip. Basically, it's like a hot drink, right? I'm not even playing. Like, this is what she gave me. And the only reason she gave it to me is because there's, like, paracetamol in it, or, like, fucking penicillin or some shit. Like, she gave me a powdered sachet called a Lemsip, which is something you drop into a boiling hot cup of water. Like, you boil water, you put it in a cup, and you put this powdered sachet thing, and it's like, you can get lemon flavored ones and blackberry flavored ones and shit, or blackcurrant or whatever. And it's got, like, you know, paracetamol and some vitamins in it or something. I think it's got might have a bit of caffeine in it, like. And it's designed to, like, it's an anti-flu drink, you know, like, it's like for tackling cold and flu. It's like called Lemsip cold and flu and shit, like. And I walk in with, like, nearly second degree burns all over my face, and she's like, "Here, drink this." Like, I literally looked at the thing, I was like, "You're giving me a fucking Lemsip?" It's like, what the fuck? Why don't you just slap me? Like, what the fuck? Like, I remember walking out with it. I was like, so, like, did she give you any painkillers or anything? And I just held it up. I was like, she gave me this, and, like, everyone just started fucking crying, laughing. Like, like, what the fuck? The fuck she give you a Lemsip for? Like, oh, so fucking funny. Like, I've had some weird, like, random mad shit happen to me. Like, have I ever told you the story where, like, I had a hernia, I popped a hernia in my right below my right above my belly button, in the same place that I got it's the exact same spot that I got a hernia when I was like 8, and they patched me up and whatever. That was years ago, like. And how many years ago was it now? I think I was like 29, 28, 29. And I just, like, stood up in my bedroom after eating I think me and the female ordered fish and chips or something. So I like pounded that, and we were like we had Netflix on or something like, and I was like sitting at the end of the bed, and obviously I had eaten too much, or like, you know, I'd overeaten or bloated myself, like, and I stood up and fucking passed the fuck out immediately. Like I lost those 3 or 4 seconds of my life. I stood up and I just and I fell back in the bed, and I woke up to the female like over me being like, Alex, are you okay? Like, but like all I could hear was like, whoa, 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 like while everything like turned back on, like, you know, fucking reinitializing systems, loading audio files, like fucking like, like it's like a buffering symbol going in front of me, like, and she's like, Alex, are you okay? Like, you know, and I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Like, what the fuck happened? And I looked down and I just see this bump sticking into my stomach, and I was just like, ah, fuck, I know what that is, like. So I had a hernia, and then long story, very, very long story short, I spent the next 2 years like falling into a depression, and like, you know, having loads of like mental problems and stuff like that, and I lost a lot of weight and I gained a load of weight as well, cause I was put like it was a public health thing, you know, it was like social health system. So went to hospital, had a bad experience. They sent me home. They said they put me on a list. The list was going to take them like a year and a half to get to me, and then I think it took nearly 2 years, and they finally brought me in. And when they finally brought me in and gave me the surgery, and then, like, you know, you're in for like a day. You know, it's only a hernia thing, like, you know. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad that they needed to like close me up with a mesh or anything, because I was worried about that. I was like, how's that going to affect me, like. Because I wanted to be a fighter at the time. I wanted to start doing MMA, like, and basically, when I got home, the stitches had been done, and well, not necessarily. They said that because my body fat percentage was so low, that the stitches were like aggravating me. You know, I could feel the bit where they twisted the end of the stitches. You know, like the end of a bit of rope or twine, you like twist it around like that or whatever, like tie a knot on it. Like, it was like poking up out of the wound, out of the area, and I could feel it like scraping on the in, like subdermally. I could feel it scraping the like under my flesh. And you know, when you're healing from hernia surgery, that's not a great experience. So I had to go back in, and then they opened me up in like minor surgery, like, you know, no fucking, like, they just gave me a local anesthetic, and 2 foreign bitches just cut me open a little bit and tweezed, or like, you know, just snipped off the excess stitching and shit. And but when I came back from the initial surgery, I had obviously contracted some kind of bacterial infection, and over the space of about 3 or 4 days, the skin on my hands and feet was just disappearing. I had large patches on my palms and the backs of my hands, my fingers, where my skin was just falling off. It was just peeling away. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I got to the point where like some of them was like bleeding and stuff, like, you know. I was like, what the fuck am I after picking up in that hospital, like? And I got my hands on, so the female went out and bought me these like tea tree booties, like tea tree socks and tea tree gloves, and I just I lay on the bed just in front of the telly for like the whole day with these things on me, and that sorted whatever the fuck that was. It sorted it out, but like, I just had a bad fucking time of it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's a dirty, poorly run shithole scumbag of a hospital in a shithole scumbag area. Tala. Fucking like, my neighbor who used to be a nurse for years, she was like, where did you go about the surgery? And I was like, oh, I had to go to Tala. And she was like, it's like fucking Calcutta in there, like, and like, she used to be a nurse, so that tells you how bad it is. Like, it's a brutal place, like, just full of foreigners and all, like, and it's the type of hospital, like, it's always the same, because it's run by the government and like the wealth and like taxes and welfare and shit. It's full of either corrupt or just not nice people. Typically, like, you'll come across the odd worker, nurse, surgeon, whatever. Like one guy who saw me, Indian fella, was very professional and very polite, and seemed to really know what he was talking about, and he was like really helpful. Like, and the rest of them were all shitheads. The rest of them were like uninterested, depressed, didn't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? And like, if you're in a vulnerable position where you're relying on other people to like fix you or get you healthy again, it's really difficult to like heal quickly in an environment where like everyone is sick themselves, either mentally or physically. Like, I don't think that it should be a thing in a lot of jobs, but especially a hospital. But if you have a nurse who's obese, that sends a message to me anyway, you know, because I'm not retarded. If you have a nurse who's overweight, you know, or if you've what are they called, like porters or something, like if you've these, like, you know, just the manual labor operatives or whatever, who look like scum, or who are so foreign they can barely speak English and shit, like, that's not a place of healing. That's a place of death. Like, you know what I mean? And it's very obvious. And it, like, I will admit to, like, you know, that's definitely, like, there's a part of me that's like, that's how I perceive it, and therefore that affects my mood as well. Because like, the female ended up in the exact same hospital and had a completely different experience. They were really nice to her. She felt very safe. All this, that, and the rest. Like, but then she had a horrible experience in a different hospital for like further up the island in Sligo or something, or was it Roscommon or some shit, like. So it just depends, like, you know. But like, yeah, going to hospital for a fucking hernia and then coming home with a flesh-eating bacteria. Welcome to fucking welcome to shitty healthcare paid for by the government. With great beard comes great responsibility. Well, you'd know, wouldn't you, Griff? I think the only, like, if mine is an 8.5, then Griff's is a 9, and like Demon Hunters is like a 9 and a 9.5. Oh, glorious. Your hair is more brown than red. Yeah, like, now when I have a shower, like the day I have a shower, it's like redder. But the second it gets a bit of oil in it, or the second it gets, like, in any sense, just like, you know, like your everyday hair. Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause I don't have the kind of skin where I could shower like every day. Maybe just with hot water, but definitely not with a product. Like, my skin would dry out like real quick, because my skin tends to be a bit dry as it is. Like, but I think that's just how much coffee I drink before, like, compared to how much water I drink. Like I can feel it sometimes when I fill a mason jar full of water and I'm just like, and I'm like, fuck me, I was dehydrated. Like, but I just don't. I don't like actively think, oh, I'm dehydrated, I need a drink. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, just coffee, cigarettes, coffee, cigarettes, coffee, cigarettes. Like, you know. So a nurse gave you the equivalent of an Alka-Seltzer. Yeah, pretty much. Fizzy make good feel nice for that fucking second degree burn on your face. Like, is sachet the gay word for a satchel? No, it's a sachet. Like, it's a fucking, you fucking queer. You don't know what a sachet is? It's like a small packet, you know, with powder in it. Like, you know, you fucking, you uneducated gay. I assume so. It's spelt S-A-C-H-E-T. You fucking Neanderthal. Fucking, like, sachet. It's a fucking word, nigga. Jesus. I fucking learn English, goddamn Americans. What's a sachet? It's beyond your comprehension, American. That's what it is. Right, it's time for some fucking metal, isn't it? So we're starting all over again, and I hope fuck it. Let me know immediately if the stream goes down. I don't have my phone on me; it's in the other room. Iron Man Baru, welcome. Yeah, I I appreciate that. Like, oh yeah, like 104 subs, good. Like, you know, it's we don't know who the fuck those people are. Do you know what I mean? I have one nigga called fucking Bojangles. I have another nigga fucking called, like, Noodles and some sort. And you should see the shit this chap is saying. He fucking left a message saying, I'm here. Nobody cares, nigga. Like, who the fuck... Like, these... People on the internet are fucking insane. I didn't notice it. You don't notice it as much until you start doing something like this, where you're interacting with a load of people at the same time, and then random people start coming in and saying shit. Most, like, you know, most of them so far have been fucking weird. Like, like, Woo's cool, you know? Sure, we had to put up with the elf before we got Woo, but Woo's fine. Woo's been around a while, you know? But the last 3 niggas to show up in the last week, I mean, just weird. The Bojangles one seemed okay. Bedbug seemed alright. He hasn't come back since. The fucking Noodles live one put a message in the chat and was like, what did he say? I'm here for you if you need me. I'm like, who the fuck are you and why are you here? Like, what? Like, obviously it's like, you know, initially I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's kind of funny. But then I think about it and I'm like, what kind of fucked up weirdo does that? Like, you know, I live in the real world. Sorry. And I'm not a blatant, insane retard. So, like, if I went onto someone's stream with, like, 6 people watching, it's obviously a fairly, like, you know, I got my niggas. Like, I've got my niggas and I'm doing my shit. Like, do you know what I mean? And you just come in, you're like, I'm here for you if you need me. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'll be honest, like, part of me was just gonna turn around and banned. Like, do you know, like, immediately, because I don't, like, the same thought process goes through my mind with, like, if somebody says, like, when the elf was like, you're a simp, you're a fuck, and he was just, like, freaking out in the chat like a fucking female. Just, like, message, and, like, capital letters and shit. It's like, okay, nigga, like, fuck off. But I have the same reaction when I get, like, weird, creepy vibes. Like, when someone is, like, overly positive or nice, or if someone is like, you know, hey, like, I'm just like, fuck off away from me. If you can't just, like, read the room and be normal, you don't belong here. Like, dead ass. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, no cap. Like, oh, Sari Sauda. Yeah, Sari Sauda, fucking Saudi Sarah. Yeah, that Sarah bitch from Saudi Arabia. Yeah, totally fine. You know? Just came in, was like, hi. Fucking, you look hilarious. You know. I know, dude, I can't wait to start getting the band fan out. I'm gonna be gently wafting these faggots and fairies out the fucking painting goo door. Like, I swear to God, like, and painting goo takes place on a ship, for those of you who have forgotten. So I'm gonna be making a lot of people walk a plank. You know? If you have the fucking audacity to, like, you know, try to fucking come onto my boat and act the bollocks, you know, gonna be a lot of plank walking. I may even beat people with the plank. I may not even. I'll beat you with it so you can't walk, and then make you walk it. You know. Where's the fucking Austrian date machine? People are fucking weird, man. Like, even what happened to Wishy today, like, do you know, like, the fucking scummy bitches, like, fucking upsetting my female. The cheek, the nerve. Like, all she did was clip the wing mirror, and, like, the second she gets out, like, she didn't even need to stop. She stopped because she's a nice person. Like, she could have just kept driving. You know, it wasn't actually a crash. And these fucking idiots are fucking illegally parked on a double yellow line, which is why she clipped the wing mirror, because she had to move out and around them, and, like, was going to end up in the opposite lane coming into oncoming traffic, so she had to move back in. And she's, like, driving the speed limit, everything, like, you know, like, doing everything. She didn't do anything wrong at all, like, you know. And these fucking tramps get out of the fucking car and are like, we thought you killed someone. Fucking this, that, and the rest, like, you know. And then, obviously, because my female is, like, very feminine and very girly and very nice and very innocent and very, like, well, I say innocent, but, like, And then, you know, she got upset and shit, like, you know, and then they start fucking, you know, they didn't threaten her or anything. But, like, some of the stuff is, like, you know, like, they didn't want to swap insurance details, you know, and stuff like that. And just sus, you know, just sus as fuck. Like, you know, manipulative, grifty, gypsy-like, pikey-like behavior, you know? Fucking insinuating that they shouldn't do insurance and insinuating that, like, you know, it's gonna cost a lot of money and, like, you know, they just, like, shit her up and, like, scared her and stuff, like, do you know what I mean? And of course I wasn't there. Like, I'm fucking dressed like this, getting ready to do a stream, like, and she fucking gets into this around the corner on the way home for lunch, like, it's fucking ridiculous shit, like, you know? Like, there's an obscene amount of scum out there right now, you know? So to all the people that, you know, don't deserve to breathe the fucking air as the rest of us, remember to take your vaccines, you know? Remember to drink as much Bud Light as possible. Jaywalk as much as possible. like I do and I don't wish death upon these people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, everybody dies, you know? So I don't necessarily see the problem with wishing a premature death upon people. Like, it's like, so why don't you just go ahead and die a bit quicker, you know? For the sake of the rest of us, like. Make plank walking great again. Man, I'd fucking, like... making people walk the plank isn't even, like, either, like... What would you rather do? Like, depending on the scenario, depending on the context, you'd probably rather walk the plank than fucking get hung. Or, like, guillotined. Or flogged. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have to... Like, if they make you walk the plank in relatively shallow water that doesn't have a lot of sharks in it, and, like, you can swim to fucking shore if you're a decent swimmer, like, walking the plank's not so bad, like, you know? Like, now, don't get me wrong, typically they make you walk the plank after chumming the water at gunpoint with your wrists, like, tied and shit. So, like, I know it's not generally considered a healthy endeavor, you know, but, like, given the, like, the options, like, you know, man, there's people I'd fucking burn at the fucking stake, man. Fucking pedophiles and shit. Like, what the fuck are you arresting pedophiles for? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you have evidence, like, of all this stuff and this nigga's fucking with kids and abusing kids and all, like, why don't we just strap those people to poles in the middle of the fucking town and at, like, noon set them on fire and just everybody just stand there just like, this is good, this is great. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying bring your kids, like, I think that's a bit fucked up, like, do you know what I mean? But, like, there's so little cathartic release in modern day society from the results of modern day society. Like, modern day society is dystopian and Babylonian as fuck. We all know this. If like, for all the people that have a inkling of a fucking soul left, you can see that loads of it has gotten completely out of hand, which is why fucking communities like the Bears exist now, because there is actively a ton of normal ass people out there who just want to live a normal ass life. But seemingly there's a bunch of psychopaths who want to fucking mutilate children and bomb hospitals and poison whole fucking communities and, like, you know, make shit tons of money off of people's private information. Like there's a lot of scumbags out there that should probably just be put face down in the dirt and fucking put a 22 on the back of their head. I wouldn't even waste a 9mm on these people. Like, do you know what I mean? If I have to put 3 22s in the back of your head, fine. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I fucking, like, that's how little I think of these cunts. I wouldn't even waste a 9. Like, here's the legacy of Arnie's coolness: 1970 to 2020. Get to the goo chopper. Yeah, that's basically it. You know, the second I seen him on mainstream media, being like, "Screw your freedom," you know, like, I was just like, you know. But there's no reason we can't still enjoy his movies that he did prior to that. Like that's how I am with like all of those celebrities now, that I used to enjoy their content. Like that's how I see it, is like I used to enjoy their content. And it's the same with video game companies now, and like and all that shit. Where it's like when they come out with content, I don't consume it. I don't pay for it. I don't watch it. I don't listen to it, and I take myself out of the equation. And it would seem like there's enough people doing that in all, you know, aspects of society, like, you know, all aspects of media. It would seem that there's enough people doing that now where the financial backlash is starting to become so intense for some of the companies that they're like, okay, well, if like they've basically got a few options. They can either stop being a bunch of fucking retards, or they can go out of business. You know, I mean, like the fact that China, everybody knows China is like run by one of the craziest governments in the fucking realm. China has started to get more into Chinese culture and like respect the culture and like be, you know, like they've tried to be more like, you know, let's be nice to the plebs, let's be nice to the citizens, and let's be more homogenous in China. Now, don't get me wrong, from what I've heard, they're fucking cherry picking and nitpicking the fuck. But that's why we've gotten stuff like Black Myth Wukong that's just come out. It's from a Chinese developer. Like, the game is from China, you know? And Westerners are like, yes, finally, a good game. You know, like, it's hilarious, you know? It's sad and, like, absolutely shameful that it's gotten to this stage. But, like, that's just how life goes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't take care of my teeth until I lost 3 of them in a row, and I got incredible nerve pain, and I was like, okay, maybe I should, you know, start doing something about this. Like, I'm no better than like half of these people in a lot of respects. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the only thing that makes me better than most people is that, like, you guys, I actually try to be a better human being. You know, like, I actually try to learn from my mistakes on a daily basis. Like, I actually pay attention to life, and I'm like, you know, the pen is blue. Like, I'm just like, I'm so fucking sick and tired of like, it's other people's bullshit. That's what we've been dealing with as a society as a whole for years now. Is everybody gets up and is already stressed out of being like, you know, I'm trying to juggle work and the kids and fucking this, that, and the rest, and blah blah, like, and whatever happened in your early life, like maybe you had a rough upbringing or some shit. But like, you just want to get in the car and go to work and do a good job and get paid decent wage and come home and fucking, like, just have a life, like, do you know what I mean? And they've made even that nigh on unbearable for most people, like, do you know what I mean? The pay is shit, the hours are shit, the work you're doing is completely meaningless, and quite often the work you're doing is simply only perpetuating this fucking sick society. And like, loads of people have just, like, you know, either bowed out, gone on, so like that. I did that for a while. Like, I fucking, between my health and the overwhelming frustration and anger produced from being lied to by the company I was working with, thinking that I had a secure employment and all this fucking shit, only to just be dropped like a fucking newborn giraffe just after Christmas or some shit. Or was it just before Christmas? I can't remember. Like, I think it was just after Christmas. And it's like, companies and corporations and businesses these days, that's been totally normalized, that you just, like, it's like a revolving door of employment, you know? Oh, we'll give you a 3-month contract, we'll give you a 6-month contract, we'll give you, like, there's no longevity. There's no actually, like, they talk all this bollocks about sustainable this and sustainable that and renewable this and renewable that. Like, it's all a bunch of hypocritical bullshit, because what actually is happening is just, they're making cheap shit that breaks, so you'll have to buy more cheap shit that breaks. And they're taking in cheap foreigners that have no fucking connection to your culture, your nationality, your the local rule of law, colloquial behavior, like common colloquial behavior that is a result of the culture. So they come in as outsiders with no fucking, respect. Forget about the whole fucking religious differences where you have a lot of these cunts coming in that have, let alone no respect for your society and your law, your common law. They have no respect for women or children. Like, like, forget women. They have no respect for fucking children. Like, it's like, you're like, they're not letting in their best people. It's like that everywhere in the West now. It's like, not only are you letting in degenerates, you're paying them. You're fucking employing and paying degenerates, and the good-hearted, hard-working people that you do have in the country, you have betrayed, gaslit, insulted, and fucking what would it be, humiliated. Do you know what I mean? Like, through all of these fucking social psyop fucking bullshit and fucking and don't get me wrong, humiliation's a bit of a self-inflicted thing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people who it's their own damn fault. Do you know what I mean? And COVID was a big eye-opener, If you, I'm sure a lot of you felt the same, but COVID was a fucking trip for me. I live in Ireland, which has, comparatively a small population, compared to most, big international countries. Like, Ireland is well known in the international stage. We are famous for, stuff in recent history, basically Conor McGregor, but before that it was pubs and drinking, and for years we've had plenty of excellent boxers and stuff like that. We're known for fighting and alcohol, do you know what I mean? Which means that a lot of other nations actually respect the fuck out of us, for our comfort with sin. But this bullshit has just become so fucking this overwhelming sense of being sold out, with no, the amount of people in our country that there's Chinese billionaires here buying vast amount of land and planning on building fucking Chinese only communities, and our government is yeah, walk away, our government turned around to Apple and was you don't have to pay taxes for your, and then there's a big rigmarole over that the past couple of years. It's crazy. It's an insane level of insanity. What was I fucking saying recently to myself? I was literally talking to myself while I was walking down the street there the other day, just going for a walk up to the golf course around the corner where there's these beautiful views. You can see for miles. It's just green fields. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it's everywhere, even in a small semi-rural town in Ireland like this. It's fucking everywhere, where I'm constantly reminded the second I walk out my door that the most common affliction in today's time, if you're alive today, the most common affliction in our realm, everywhere, it, for lack of a better term, is madness. I think most people, myself included, do you know what I mean? I think most people have been driven mad. It's profound to experience it. How lots of people will just behave like straight up animals, and then a lot of people will be more or less functioning, but have mental triggers and fucking outlandish opinions on things, and coming from me, that's fucking wild to say, considering I'm if I was in charge, I would kidnap all your women and children and glass the place, that's where I'm at. If somebody put if somebody put general's epaulets on me, general stars on me, and was right, how are we gonna deal with this crisis? I'd be get all the women and children you can out of there and fucking level it. And then over the next few years we'll just grow a load of trees or something. I'm fucking sick of this shit. I just wonder how much biochar we can make with fucking, I don't know, pick a place. Detroit. It's one of the most fucking rundown places I've ever seen on the internet. Detroit. Although I suppose like what the video footage I was watching of it recently, it just basically fucking abandoned, but like whatever. Anyway, do I have any sip left? No. Right. I've had a day. So I'm gonna stick on the tunes and I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes. I need more coffee. Enjoy the brutalism. Oh, where's the fucking... Why is this... What's going on here? Damn you, YouTube. And your finicky systems. Oh. See, this is what happens when you don't do what I tell you to do. I get vexed. There's no volume control on the thing. That is so retarded. Like, if you're watching in this mode, there's no volume on the thing. Like, that's just fucking ridiculous. Like, volume is like one of the fundamental fucking functions of the fucking thing, and you're gonna fucking take that off the bar. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Theater mode, right? Well, at least now I can access the fucking volume. Like, you know, it's fucking Jesus Christ. Why is everything so fucking stupid? Right. Engage brutal.
Conanator, also known as the gummy bear of candy
I should be
corn.
back in 5. And we shall engage the goo.
There must be a new gym in every city of the great state of California. It'll be called 25-hour fitness for 1 extra hour of working out. Anyway, here in my home city, I've been able to find some wonderful musicians with whom I will present my music to the masses. Some of you know my movies with stunning images and powerful emotions portrayed by none other than me, Mr. Universe, and the greatest actor in the world. I will now attempt a recorded audio format to communicate some of the deep feelings I had while filming the classics like Kindergarten Cop, The Terminator, Total Recall, and The Terminator. Thank you for giving me your time, your clothes, and your motorcycle. Now listen up, everyone. This next one's called... No! Yeah. Come on, guys. You're supposed to come in already. Where's the drummer? Yeah, it's so embarrassing. 1, 2, 3, go to the chopper! Now our escape begins! Get to the chopper! It's the only way out of it! Don't let them stop you! Don't let them hold you back!
So do you want more of a yeah or ah? Let's go! Whoa, yeah! How about this one? How about this one? Rubber baby buggy papa, yeah! Rubber baby buggy papa, yeah! How about this one? How about this one? Rubber baby buggy papa, yeah!
Harry and his family are staying for his graduation.
And the delicious buffet breakfast.
Luke is staying for his company team building day.
And the comfy room with the dream bed.
Sasha and her friends are staying for the big match.
And the central location.
At Leonardo Hotels, if it's important to you, it's important.
Some of you are starting to complain. What's wrong, guys? The songs all sound the same? Of course they sound the same. Because they all sound brutal!
Brutal!
I am a war machine!
Oh god. Let's strap in and strap on!
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue of a metal in a skeleton.
I place my royal rag upon my demi-divine knee in preparation for the goo. Let's get these bitches wetto! And road this parrot!
Endoskeleton. Paintingu, 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 goo goo goo. Paintingu, goo goo goo. If you hear a faint farting noise, it's because I farted. Just in case you were wondering. Organism. Endoskeleton. Cyberdyne. Well, isn't he the T800 or something?
You never get tired of.
Arnie's the T800, isn't he? And then the T1000 is the liquid fucker.
Fartingu is how we make it a browner around here.
If not for the fartingu, we would have no browner. It's just how shit works around here. Paintingu. Paintingu. How dare you break wind before me? You mean like before you, as in like prior to you, or before you, as in like in your presence?
How dare you break wind before me?
Oh god. I haven't eaten anything, and all I've done is like smoke and drank coffee. Just when I went down into the kitchen, I let one rip, like hard, like you know when you're like walking up and down the stairs, you know, like you get your fucking get your gut moving, like so. Oh.
Painting, go, 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 go. The parrot has been roded.
Now we engage in the goo. Okay, I want to make some flesh color and kind of make his upper body less vague looking. I think we've some decent muscle structure going on so far. Both. Not only are you only allowed to do it after me, but you have to do it over there. Away from me. Okay, what time is it? The female needs something of me to help with today's crash. I could do that and come back. Okay, I need to leave for maybe 15-20 minutes. I need to go take photos of shit for the female because of what happened today. But it's only down the road and I can do it fairly quickly. So I'm going to leave the stream running. Yeah, because there's still like half an hour left on this album. In between ads and shit, filling it up. Okay, right. I will be back as quickly as I can, but don't be surprised if I'm gone for like 20 minutes, okay? I'll try and be quicker, but I'm just going to leave the tunes going. I shall return as quickly as possible.
Wait, 1 sec.
I'm going to get out my little mister and preemptively squirt on the goo, so it does not begin to dry. I shall return shortly, Japanites. Please forgive. Right.
came up with a sweet song title the other day. It didn't really hold any meaning, but it sounds so brutal. So I wanted to write a song called Discombobulated Corpse Termination, Urbanization, Governmental Libation, Explosive Montezuma's Blasting Power Revenge. Come on, say it with me. Discombobulated Corpse Termination, Urbanization, Governmental Libation, Explosive Montezuma's Blasting Power Revenge. Yeah. That sounded good.
Hey Arnold, I think these songs are coming together pretty well considering we only spent an hour or so writing each one. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just totally happy to be in a band with you. It's amazing to be in a band with you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're such a brutal dude that when you're just messing around, it sounds way better than a lot of other bands that are totally serious.
Yeah. Like that band, Acrylic crying. That singer's awful. Sounds like a dying moose.
Dude, I don't know if you know this or not, but I play in that band.
Oh. Oh, really? Well, you're an idiot!
Dude, I'm just trying to make a living. You know, I got 5 band members to feed.
I thought there was only 4.
Well, our bass player,
You idiot! I'll show you what happens when you betray me.
Screw you! Screw you! Screw you, Bentley! 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 I thought you were my friend. And the fugitive just like me.
Johnny, I got this good idea. I wrote this song, and I think you should use it to tell Predator how much better you are than he is.
Why?
Well, because he already sang on the second verse, and he's talking trash. So I think you should, set him straight.
Why?
Well, because you're Arnie, and nobody beats you, and if you don't want everybody else to think you're weak.
Why?
Right. Despite many interruptions, the goo, Char Fro, your royalty to the painting goo is much appreciated, Japanites. A moment while I message the female. If it bleeds, we can kill it. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Oh, fuck. Austin Powers, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn. Is that like fucking... Did you just fart before me? Yes, of course. It came to me moments before I typed my last response. That's hilarious. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm getting a little... Verklempt? What the fuck? Verklempt? You're just making up words now, Stabru. What's verklempt? What the fuck? Our defenderu has returned at last. How wrong was I gone? How wrong was I gone? My coffee's still hot-ish. I'll take warm coffee over cold coffee any day. Right. Where was I?
It's not a tumor. Right, let's get some flesh color going. Take some of the white, put it over here. Wrong enough. Smidge of red. We get pink. Pale pink. But pink isn't flesh color, you know? Despite what some cartoons and such. Maybe your feeble mortal mind is like, pink though? No.
Now.
Flesh color is like beige. Now that we have our pale pink, we got some yellow. A dab of yellow. This essentially gives us a pale yellow ochre. Which is around what we want, but not quite. I mean, I suppose I could use this and then just go higher and lower.
All right. I have some more stuff to say, but I have an idea. It's gonna be on the hidden track at the end of the album. What? You already recording? No!
No!
All right. I'm gonna wait a few minutes or so. That way, everybody thinks the record's
2 songs
over.
worth? Ah, that's not that long. About 10 minutes.
Dang it!
Unless you're doing the
Said
Pink
shut
Panther,
up.
then pink is flesh color.
God. All right. Start over again. Here we go.
Unless you're doing the Pink Panther, then pink is flesh color. You mean it isn't?
Breathing.
Did you typo, Demon Hunter Barrow? Let me see. This is still quite a... Well, I suppose we can make him fairly tan, you know? Quite often, Arnie was a tanned man. Was he not? Hmm? I always thought that was the gayest thing ever. Getting all oiled up to fucking flex in front. It's not even like they're flexing in front of a lot of women. They're flexing in front of a lot of men all oiled up and shit. Like, bodybuilding is like seriously one of the gayest fucking things. Like I'm not against making yourself bigger and stronger and more defined. But I'm definitely against that level of gay. Right. Double brutal. Give me the double brutal. Dupla brutala. This one's like an hour long. Much better. What one's that out of? Is that out of Running Man? Is your man, is Cohagen in Running Man, is it? I can't remember. Oh man, my fucking neck is killing me. You've probably seen it, like, if you were looking at the screen at the right time. Like, I have this fucking massive, like, cyst fucking boil thing on the back of my neck at the moment. Like, they flare up now and again. I've never, like, figured out if it's actually, like, just stress or, like, excess protein or so. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, I was told years ago that similar stuff that I used to get in my face was the result of an allergy to chicken and eggs. So I didn't eat chicken and eggs for years. It turns out that's probably a lot of bollocks. Just like most other shit these days. So I don't know what's going on. It does tend to flare up when I get stressed out though. But this one in particular, whatever nerve it's sitting on, whatever like part of my neck it's sitting on, it's fucking really sore the last few days. And like when I'm trying to go to sleep and like you put your head down, like, you know, on the pillow and all I can feel is this fucking, it's mad painful, like.
Wow. That song was pretty good. Yeah.
Strongman is where it's at. Oh yeah, totally. I'd love to compete in a strongman. Like if I had like a few, if I had like go like Olympic, if I had like 4 years to train to like audition for like the strongman competition or whatever, or to like do tryouts or whatever they call them, I'd love to do that. I love the whole idea of like
also be a bit of you time.
You know,
Denise here has traded in her
truly like Olympian ideals, you know, who's the fastest, who's the strongest, who can jump the furthest, like all this shit. Like I love all that. Like hunger crowds my mind. Tank the divides. It's now lunchtime. Yeah, I'm starving. Oh, it's Total Recall, is it? Alright, John. I'll have to do an Arnie night. I just had a thought there. Remember I mentioned, like, you know, we should do a Takeshi's Castle watch party or something. I'd love to do I suppose they wouldn't really be breakdowns, but I'd love to do like, we'd like pick a movie and watch it together, and like I'll like pause it and do commentary on it and shit like that. And I'll like I've been thinking about this a lot lately with, like, you know, like I want to stream video games and all shit, like, you know, like I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up streaming like 8 hours a day, but it's how I do it, you know, it's how I do it, because like I wasn't I thought I'd be fucking, you know, really like exhausted after that 5-hour one I did there the other day, but it's grand. The lighting right now is making Arnie look ridiculous. That's better. Right. go even a bit darker with that. Let's see. Prex has a watch party mode. Got a DHB on there soon. Yes, please. Oh, do you know what me and the female finished there yesterday? We finished MacGruber. Man, MacGruber's fucking wild. I did not expect it to be that violent. Like, I like violent shit, but like, it was like insanely gory out of nowhere multiple times. It was fucking, like, it was funny, but like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, MacGruber's fucking funny. Definitely, like, I enjoyed it. It was fucking funny. Really funny. Was ist das? I know. Jesus, that's really bad now. Every time I turn my neck. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna make the. I know the railgun isn't supposed to be red, but there's so much green. Oh fuck it, will I just make it bright green? I might just make it bright green. I was gonna make it red there. Might just make it bright green. Because it's not standing out enough for my liking. I usually find it difficult to get a genuinely bright green. But fuck me, that's good. That's nice. It really depends on the blue you're using. The Prussian blue was very powerful. To see the goo flow before you.
Hey, Timmy, how are you?
Good.
Listen, I heard you guys totally doing some cover songs based on my movies, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what song are you opening with?
Well, I was thinking about doing the Terminator theme song. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you know, that's a great tune and all that, but it's no good if I don't sing it, right? I mean, what is Terminator without Arnold?
Well, you know it's an instrumental and it's a movie score, and there's not really a whole lot you could do with it.
Oh yeah? Well, listen to this. Dun 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
Dun 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 dun. Come on, you guys. Come on, play along with me. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
I fucking love. Doo-doo-doo. It's seriously one of my favorite pieces of music ever. Is the T2 Judgment Day fucking. It's fucking beautiful. Painting goo. Painting goo, goo, goo. Almost just want to stick that on now. Oh yeah, we're totally getting there. This is gonna be pretty fucking epic when it's done. I'm kind of dead set on putting Predator down here, and then we'll do loads of other stuff in the background. This one's gonna take a lot of work, but it's gonna look hilariously epic when it's done. I'll do like a cartoon black outline on it and all when it's finished. Try and really make it pop. Put as many, like, you know, call outs and, you know, things from movies in it as we can.
All right. Everybody chill. That is funny. That is totally funny. Yeah. So listen, I know there's a huge conspiracy in the music world that, you know, Metallica actually wrote this 10 years before Batman and Robin. And it somehow, they totally knew all the great dialogue, you know? Yeah. The Iceman cometh. What? Shut up. Everybody chill! That's my favorite one. Yeah, did you know that that movie was written by penguins? Yeah. What? Oh, shut up, you idiot.
Turn the brightness down a bit. It's a bit too bright. Yeah, I think he's in a good enough stance now, and I've set everything up, so now it's just like putting it all in. His right arm was annoying me for a while there. Hans Zimmer has nothing on this absolute banger. Any brighter and I'd see through your bedsheet skin ass. I know, like, I fucking, my face, like, reflects the fucking light and all, like, it's hilarious. With the pale white skin and the fucking red hair, I could easily be mistaken for El Lucy or one of his offspring. Painting the... I always thought that'd be hilarious. It's like if you actually met Lucifer or Satan, like you actually came across him in his human form or whatever, or even in his true form, like Dragon Ball Z style or some shit, like he's fucking Frieza. This is my true form. His power's over 9,000. Fucking like. I just always thought it'd be like, you know, kind of like how Dante out of Devil May Cry, like he'll come across a boss and he'll just start talking shit to it. I thought it'd be hilarious if like you met Satan or Lucifer and the first thing he says is just like, "Ah, Lucy, how's things?" Like just keep calling them Lucy. Like, so. Now, Lucy, don't be like that. Like, it's fucking, it's so funny to like. Imagine being funny enough and knowing enough about him to genuinely like get on Satan's nerves. Like actually fuck with him, you know? Because I like, if all the biblical shit is like on point, then like, wouldn't it make sense that if you could take the piss out of Satan really well to the point where it actually got to him, it'd probably it'd be one of the greatest things that like you could do for God, like, you know what I mean, like on behalf of God, like make God laugh because of how much you're taking the piss out of Lucifer, like. After everything he said, like when he fell and all, like, do you know what I mean? Like, to be made a mockery of by a mortal. Painting goo. Painting goo. Lucy, you got some splaining to do. It's like, it'd just be so funny to give out to him, like, as your son, like, do you know what I mean? Just, like, show up at the gates of hell and be like, listen to me, you fucking envious little bollocks. Like, you're like an Irish Catholic priest. You see, you! I'll fucking... Don't make me get my belt out. Like... You'd be like, show up at the gates and like, how dare you insult me, mortal? Like, you know what I mean? And you're like, don't make me say his name. And like, like, how funny would that be if, like, all you had to do was say the name Jesus, and it'd, like, make him, like, recoil, like, do you know what I mean? I doubt it works on Satan. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense for it to work on lesser demons, but like a greater demon or a greater fallen angel. Like, how funny is that? That it's like, it's not like Lucifer is like
This is
the
good,
greatest demon.
Mars, right?
He's an
Apparently
angel,
I've been there before,
but he's in
I
charge of
don't,
demons.
I don't recall.
So what's the greatest demon?
You get it?
Is that the Titans? I'm not sure.
It's a good one. My construction buddy, he looks like Mr. Whipple. He told me that I blabbed about Mars. I would love to go there with the little green man and all that. One time I was there, I remember my eyes popped out and I went... What? Shut up, you idiot. Maria, get him the hell out of here. I blabbed about Mars.
That scene in Total Recall where him and your one are like, they get their helmets taken off them and they fucking start like suffocating to death on the surface of Mars. Like, when the first time I saw that, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Mad looking. Oh, excuse me. Little robo leg.
easy on the solo, Shredenstein. The song's over already.
Bow, bow. Allegedly, Beelzebub is the supreme chief of Hell's Empire. Oh yeah, yeah. The Lord of Flies, Beelzebub. Yeah, he's the like head nigga of all the demons. But that's kind of my point. Is like it's a hierarchy, but at the top is one who is not of them. It's weird, isn't it? It's like a lion being in charge of a lot of hyenas, like Scar. That's weird. Did I subconsciously pick out that comparison because that's kind of what it is? Is there some gravy in what I just said? It feels like it. Like a fallen angel rules over demons. Well, where the fuck do demons come from and what are they then? Oh, well, they're the disembodied spirits of fallen angels. So, like... So is there anything... Like, so demons come from angels? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like... Even after, like, watching the Kingdom of... Like, in fairness, I didn't, like, sit down and watch intently every episode of Investigating Babylon. Just over, like, 2 weeks, I had it in the background while I was doing stuff, like... Because there's a lot of info to just, like, absorb, like... The thing that stood out to me most was the fact that all the gods from the different cultures have that same weapon, the Vajra, which is supposedly something that gave them control over flying machines and lightning. You know, everyone from Thor to Poseidon to Zeus to Rama to Vishnu to fucking all of them, like, you know. Oh, Christ.
I'm the Governator of the West Coast, and I got to go. There's a robot revolution, so we got to go. Let me tell you something, I'm totally serious about this. We have to get the hell out of here. The robots are attacking the human race. The cyber dynamics.
It's funny, like, this thing on the back of my neck has gotten smaller, but more painful. It's like as whatever kind of, like, poisonous fucking fluids or matter, like, reassimilates into my body, like... It's fucking so sore, man.
What the hell's the matter with you? Speed it up! Speed it up! We've got to go! We've got to go now! Don't believe what you've been told! Never say no to anything done! Mindless violence ruined me! No such thing as something free! Say your presence! Planting thoughts within my head! Cyberdyne is totally self-aware. Let's get the hell out. Do it. Go, go, go.
little bit lighter. Need to get an image of Conan's sword up, actually. Just for a sec. I just want to have a look at the hilt, the color profile of it. Oh, that was the end of it, was it? Shit, that didn't feel like an hour. Right, 2 minutes. Give me 2 seconds. Triple brutal. What is the triple brutal? See double. There we go. Triple brutal. Oh, is that the? There's no full playthrough of triple. There's 18 in that, and there's 14 in that. I'll go with the 18 one.
Nice one, very.
Shut your bald face.
So, Timmy, are you ready to record the album?
Yeah, I think so. I just need to make sure your levels are good. Give me a check 1, 2.
Yeah, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why do I remember Conan's
sure
sword
check
being...
1, 2, not
No,
yeah.
it's not. Yeah,
okay. Hey.
The one from the movie isn't as...
you sound a little tight in the chest, though. Maybe you could loosen up.
Yeah, the
with like
hilt
a
is
la, 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 la.
slightly
Right.
different.
Yeah, okay, fantastic.
It's a really nice
It's
sword.
supposed to be la la, but I think we're good enough. We can go.
No. I'm getting pretty good at this. If you thought that one was fantastic, check this one out.
I didn't realize there were so many different iterations of Conan's sword.
No. Start the song. No, come on.
I want to do it again.
Dude, this is never gonna end. Somebody should just count it off and start the song already. Come on, let's go. Come on, seriously. Stop.
Oh, that's the one I'm doing. I'm doing the original fucking... So the one I had in my head was the Father's original. The one with the curved, like, kind of spiky hilt. That's hilarious. Oh, and that one doesn't have the fucking grip above the hilt. Interesting. So I'm like doing a combo of the two. Whatever. Still pretty much the same. Must be a lot paler. fucking, that's my, like, that's the new ad that I hate now. It used to be Dana, and now it's these fucking kids. This fucking, what's it called? AD Sports. Fucking jumping dumb shits.
If you have children younger than John Connor, you should probably skip this next track. Unless, you know, you want me to be the one to teach him all about the human anatomy.
Prepare to be conquered. It's just thigh here, and the knee is supposed to be here. Then I'm giving him tiny robot legs, which would be hilarious, but it's actually just gonna fucking annoy me, so I need to make it bigger. That's what she said. Sonia. Sonia, your red mullet knows no competition, knows no equal. Red Sonia. It's hilarious. That's much better. Okay. Red Sonia. So the knee would be like around there. And this would have to be like here. Standing right on his chest. There we go.
You're looking a little bit like a noodle. I thought that we'd do this next one to give you a little more inspiration.
One more rep. Time to make some browner. Somebody has a paid for painting goo. Glorious. Arnold. Hey you, little girly man with your blue dress. I like a portrait of me. It captures my brutality. Ah, domo arigato, Arnoldo. Your patronage to Paintingu is much appreciated. Perhaps you could do us all a favor and sheer rest. And it's a kimono. You uncultured Austrian fuck. Oh, glorious!
Boost your winnings on every Premier League game with new Bet Builder.
Peddle your gambling somewhere else, you bird fuck!
I can pick anyone I choose. And I choose Ben Richards.
Oh, that's from Running Man. He's one mean motherfucker! That's from Running Man, isn't it? I can pick anyone I want, and I choose Ben Richards. Used to be Sub-Zero, now Plain Zero. Running Man, Total Recall, like there's a few of them that are like absolute bangers. You know, the first Predator, like fucking nails a guy to a tree with a fucking bushwhacker machete. Stick around. Like, that's one of my favorite ones. It's just mid-action scene while there's a load of dudes dying. He fucking impales a guy to a post with his machete, his huge machete, with one hand just tosses it at him and impales him to the thing and just goes, stick around, and just leave. Like, oh, I missed that shit. You know the way I told you I was going to kill you last? I lied. I fucking like, make movies great again. There's some decent movies out now, you know. Some. Few and far between, to be honest. But they're there. They're there. Phrasing. I need more white, like Europe. One of my favorite scenes from like any movie nearly is from fucking Conan the Barbarian, where it's just before is it James Earl Jones, is it? That's the guy, isn't it? James, the guy who did Darth Vader. He's like explaining he's explaining to Conan. He's like fucking, he has him in that courtyard, and it's before he crucifies him, like, he's like monologuing, essentially, like, you know, he's doing the villain monologue, and Conan's like, you know, all fucked up in the corner. And he just, I think he has a sword or something, and he goes on this speech about, like, the power of, like, what is a sword without the hand that wields it? And it's like, he turns around, and he's like, he looks like 100 feet in the air, because they're in like this quarry by the looks of it. Like, he looks like 100 feet in the air and looks at one of his slave bitches. And he's like, come to me, my child. Come. And she just walks off the ledge and then just like smashes into a load of wood and murders herself. And he just turns around to Conan and he's like, that is strength. That is power. What is a sword compared to the hand that wields it? And then, like, I can't remember what he says after that, but then he's just, like, petting the snake, this huge python that he has wrapped around him. And he just looks at him and he's like, crucify him. It's one of the best fucking bad guy scenes ever, where he just, like, makes a... he gives an example of his philosophy on life, and then just turns to him and he's like, crucify him. And then the next thing you know, he's like crucified to a tree in the middle of a desert. And there's fucking like not Arnie has like all action heroes beaten for this one scene, right? Conan will always be the most badass, and as a result, Arnie will always be the most badass for this one thing and this one thing alone. In Conan the Barbarian, when they crucify him, he is being pecked by a vulture, like a fucking big, like, turkey vulture. Like, this thing is perched on his fucking shoulder and is nanging at his peck, just like, it's like pulling a bit of his peck out. And the dude just like, he's like this, it looks like he's unconscious, and this thing is just chewing on him, and he just goes like, and just bites the thing by the neck and just has it in his and he's just like like the face on him and all, like, he just like the commitment in Arnold's face during that scene and what's actually happening. Like, I fucking wet myself laughing the first time I saw that. And like, he like kills the thing and just lets it drop and just spits out a load of feathers. It's like, that's like the most badass fucking thing ever. Like, you're like crucified in a desert and he's white. Like, he's fucking white and he's like crucified to a tree in a desert. As if that isn't bad enough. Like fucking Prometheus or some shit. He's like getting gnawed upon by a vulture. And what does he do? He plays dead. And then just goes like, "Yarr!" like the vulture's like, oh my god. Like the last couple of seconds of that vulture's life were intense as fuck. Oh god. James Earl Jones knows how to play a villain. Oh yeah, man. Like I'm not surprised they got him to play Vader. Like, you know, it's all about that booming, slow, methodical presence in his voice. Like, do you know what I mean? It's that, like, you know, and now we crucify him. Like, that's just that, like, it's evil, but there's a hint of intellect in it. Like, do you know what I mean? Which makes it more evil, you know? He's such a good bad guy in that, like. And the way Conan just cuts his head off at the end and just raises it and then throws it down the staircase, like, man, I need to watch that movie again. And then in fucking Conan the Destroyer, he fucking knocks out a camel. Just knocks out a camel, like.
Here is some more Jim's
Brilliant.
Now, if I was your trainer, this is the advice I would give you. The best activities for your health are pumping.
It's simple. If it jiggles, it's fat. That alright, yeah, and he fucking regretted it. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the man's heart. Hope that maid was worth it, Arnie. It was yeah. She had massive titties.
Oh, where'd he go? Enough.
Oh, fuck off, man. Some ads are so fucking annoying. Seriously, like. Make it even more annoying. Like, the fucking state of her. It's like this obese black bitch with mad makeup on. Like, it's an ad for extra chewing gum. Like, what the fuck? Like, do you need a fucking horrific looking negress on the screen for? Like, I'm gonna have to go with like a particular color of brown for the straps and then his headband, and then I'm gonna have to go to different, like three very distinct browns, because he's got brown hair, you know, so I have to make sure they like stand out. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo.
Okay, kids, now listen here. The moral of the story is that I am honored. You're all puny mortals.
Ads, more like AIDS. Indeed.
I'll tell you what's best in life. To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of the girly men.
Hear the lamentation of the girly men.
Know the secret of steel. Trust only in your sword.
I eat green berets for breakfast. What's that Duke Nukem meme? It's time to, it's time to chew ass and kick gum, and I'm all out of ass or something like. Oh, it pissed myself laughing the first time I seen that. Duke Nukem was a hilarious game. I never actually played that much of it. I played it as a small child years ago on the PS1, and it was the 3D one. And all I remember doing is like shooting some hogs, and then I went into like a strip club. I went into the toilet and took a piss, and then like you could go up to the mirror and all. He's like, "Oh yeah," and like doing his hair and shit. Like, I remember finding it hilarious and like very action packed. Years later,
when you sign up to
they were
ESP
supposed to
Networks,
fucking
is this a good time program? You'll learn that when
shut
it's windy
up
out,
at
there's
your
more-
face. They were supposed to remake it and all, and they did a fucking horrific job, and it was an absolute flop. Which is unfortunate because that was a good franchise, you know, with loads of potential. If anything, that's a franchise that they should totally bring back now because of how like bigoted it is. You know, misogynistic and stuff, like, you know, because he's like an absolute mega chad and like just fucks bitches all day and all, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I think we need that energy to come back, even if it is like, you know, like, I'm not saying that stuff like that is moral, but like, you know, to force the pendulum to swing a bit quicker, you could like bring back the hyper over-the-top masculine energy of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Duke Nukem, and Sylvester Stallone, and fucking like fucking Bronson, like, you know, like just like that, just hyper masculinity, like, do you know what I mean? Like they used to slap bitches in movies, do you know what I mean? Like something like la 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 la, and like the dude would just go wham. Like they used to slap bitches in movies, like, do you know what I mean? It's like it was an accepted thing that bitches would get a slap when they said something stupid or they were being hysterical. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then the feminists got in, like, do you know, it's like you can't have it both ways. You can't like be like, we need men to feel safe and secure, and then when you like act like a stupid crazy cunt, be like, there is no reason whatsoever under the sun and moon ever that you could possibly lay a hand on a woman. And it's like, you wanna fucking bet? Like, there's bitches out there that kill their own children because they can't take the stress. Like fucking work in an oil rig for 24 hours, you cunt. Like Connery knew the importance of a strong pimp hat. Like, that is one of my favorite videos to bring up. And what, like, it's like most blokes' favorite videos to bring up when you start talking about this like feminism shit. Connery said it so well. It's like, I'm not, because she said, do you think striking a woman is like okay? And it's like, well, if the situation is, you know, the situation calls for it, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, nobody's saying closing your fist and beating a woman to a pulp and like knocking her teeth out. Like, that's abuse, that's physical abuse, that's beating a woman, you know? Like, but like, we've gone from not being able to slap women to not being able to slap your own children, you know? So that, like, people have gotten so stupid, lazy, dependent, degenerate, and immoral that you can't even perform moral discipline anymore without people being like, oh my god, you're horrible. Like, come on, like. It's so fucking stupid, like. And then things get worse and society gets even more ill in the fucking head. And people are like, why is everything so crazy right now? I don't understand. Because fucking people are, like, the tolerance is you know, the level to which most of society, especially the West, tolerates degeneracy, immorality, fucking, like, just obscene, insane, crazy behavior. Like, that's what you get. Do you know what I mean? And then you turn around and, like, fucking slap a bitch for, like, wilding out or whatever. And it's like, the man in question would be made out to be, like, a fucking absolute, you know, an awful human being. But the same kind of bitch would probably watch a fucking documentary on Jeffrey Dahmer and, like, sit there eating popcorn and get wet. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, oh, he's so dangerous. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't, in one breath, want 6'5" Chad, maximum testosterone, six fucking digits, financial income, all this fucking shit, and at the same time be like, there is no possible reason under the fucking sun, ever, under any, that's the phrase they use, under any circumstances. The fucking level of gaslighting from that perspective is insane. For a woman to claim that there is no conceivable scenario at all that she should be slapped in the mouth. That's insane. That's fucking insane. I didn't even, like, when I was younger and I was, like, very unsure, if not, like, you know, fucking fairly adamant at some points that I wasn't gonna have children. And, like, I was still sitting there as a teenager watching stuff going on in politics being like, what do you mean you can't slap your kids? You can't tell parents they can't slap their kids. Don't get me wrong. If you find a fucking, you know, a parent who's, like, selling their child for sex or fucking, or fucking their child, or, like, doing god-awful shit, yes, take the kid off them, put them in a prison cell, or, like, give them a lethal injection or something, like, totally. But if the kid is a delinquent little shit, and, like, you're talking about like, you know, a hard-working, moral father who's gone most of the day, and the son is just taking advantage of the fact that he's now a teenager and he's bigger than the mother, and he's like, you know, well, fuck you, mom, like, dad's not here and all, like, you best believe when dad comes, that used to be a thing, you wait till your father gets home. Why? Because when your dad gets home, he's gonna fucking slap the head off you for being such a, like, undisciplined little shit. You know, like, that's how it's supposed to be, you know? Like, it's supposed to be a hierarchy of rationality, logic, and sense, and reasoning. And, like, the reason the man is supposed to be in charge of all that is because under a properly moral paradigm, the man has the strength and the authority to deal out justice, discipline, and, like moral training. You know, like, when you have a society of young men who don't even go through a trial by fire at a young age, they don't even go through a, like, you are now a man, like what do you expect is going to happen? Do you know? And then you tell all the parents that they're not allowed fucking, like, it's very obvious to me, like, to use a recent example that I saw earlier on, fucking the British government is now thinking they want to ban smoking in public altogether, right? And they're obviously using, like, you know, health concerns as a fucking justification. Like, all that stuff ever is, in my humble opinion, all that stuff ever is somebody in a boardroom somewhere thinking, okay, So people are much easier to control, and we can do what we can perform our agenda much easier if people are scared, angry, desperate. The list goes on, right? So if they can't scare you, they will piss you off. If they can't scare you or piss you off, they will make you dependent. You know? So like, no matter what way you skin the cat, their objective is to make you easier to control. That's all it is. And you watch how many people get ridiculously pissed off at new rules like that. You know, over the next few years, they're gonna try and do more fucking lockdowns, and like they'll do climate change lockdowns and all. It's like, oh, too much carbon. Like, and like a lot of it will work. Why? Because there is a fucking there is millions of mindless sheep, cowards for the most part. Like, I think that's a major issue. I think most of them are afraid. You know, it's like a much smaller proportion that's just pissed off. Most of them are scared, and you're like, scared of what? Oh, the government. It's just people. It's just fucking people. They're not gods. It's ridiculous. Like, there is a fucking realm-wide infestation of stupidity and cowardice, and I'm fucking sick of it.
Nice one, very. You can get the bill then.
Boost your winnings on every Premier League game with new Bet Builder Extra, only from William Hill.
Let me tell you, it's fantastic that Tim finally got in touch about having to reel me in on these records. I had no idea how much fun they really are. And now you've introduced me to this new concept of brutal. I only wish they had this knowledge back, you know, when there was the Conanator.
The Conanator.
Can you imagine the combination of brutality and politics?
James Bond outright beat a chick in Doctor No.
Anyway,
Was a legend, stayed married to the same woman until death too. Oh, Connery? That's Connery seems like the type of dude who, like, very early on got to that stage. It's like, why would I go for another woman? They're all the same. Like, you know, like that mentality of, like, you know, because, like, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of reasons why you should get away from a female, but, like, I think Owen said this before, and I couldn't stop laughing when I heard him say it. It's like, you know, what are you gonna do? You're like, you know, you're like, she's a crazy bitch. What, you're gonna go get with another crazy bitch? They're all crazy bitches. Bitches are crazy. Like, I just sit there, I was like, that's so true. Like, they'll fucking admit it. Like, bitches will admit that they're crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, in the same breath, you know, fucking not take accountability for something. Like, but, like, in a weird way, it's actually, it's like a fucked up form of logic, like girl math, you know? This whole girl math thing, like, actually, it does actually make sense if you look at it from their perspective. Which is, like, mind-blowing, you know? Like, it's just like, if, like, and this is the thing that I like, if you're not calm and intelligent enough to acknowledge reality like that, it's totally understandable why dudes like snap and just like there's a whole TV show called Snapped, Women Who Kill, you know, and like that's how they phrase it, you know, it's like, oh, the woman snapped, and you know she finally broke and stabbed him to death. What? So every dude who kills a woman is totally salient, is totally lucid, is totally rational and sane. You know, he hasn't spent, you know, 10 years fucking trying to like clear the mortgage with 3 kids, and then she fucks the neighbor. You know, you telling me you're not gonna fucking snap and kill that bitch? Like, it's totally understandable. It's like, you shouldn't do it. It's not right. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not an excuse. It's not just justification. But it's totally fucking understandable. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the exact same. It's not as high on the scale, but it's the exact same reasoning and rationale of like pedophile rapes and murders. You know, young girl. Father of young girl finds said pedophile and fucking murders him brutally. Nobody in the community is like, oh, why did he do that to that poor man? Everybody unanimously is like, yeah, fuck that horrible bastard. But the dad still gets arrested and goes to jail. You know? Like, quite often he gets a reduced sentence or some shit like that, or the judge is like more understanding, or like whatever, like, you know. And then there's people like petitioning outside the prison in the courtroom, like, let him go, like, you know, like, it's just, it is what it is, you know, like. But it's being honest about it. That's the friction. That's the cathartic release that people need these days. Is, will you please just admit the fucking truth? Just be honest. You see all these fucking talking heads and these politicians in the mainstream that we all know are just that, and you know that they know that you know, which is even worse, because that's the gaslighting of like, you know that they know you know that they know you know like, and they fucking have the audacity to fucking get on like in front of a camera and lie through their fucking teeth millions of people. They don't give a fuck.
Since the city fell.
Shut your face.
Hey,
Shut up.
Timmy, I was going to do a remix album called Brutal
Massachusetts
Recall,
has towns
but,
shutting
you know,
down with curfews
didn't
over
realize how much
mosquitoes.
criticism your band
What?
has, and they crying out for allowing other artists remixes to be on one of the albums.
Massachusetts has towns shutting down with curfews over mosquitoes. Oh my god. All the supposed technological advancements, we're sending people back to the moon, we're going to Mars. You can't deal with fucking bugs. All of the supposed alchemical knowledge that we have, like all of these fucking drugs that do all this amazing stuff. We can fight cancer with this latest drug, and you don't have a chemical agent that can deal with that. You don't have some kind of sonic, you know, like some kind of high frequency deterrent. Like this is the stuff that fucking infuriates me. Is on the one hand they're like, oh, we're fucking getting close to like quantum this and shit, but Massachusetts needs curfews because of fucking bugs. I'm glad I don't live there anymore. And their reasoning is climate change. Like, yeah, of course it is. Like, you fucking hell, man. Sanctioned insanity is what's rampant right now. That's what it fucking is. Is straight up just like, oh yeah, we know it's totally insane. Oh yeah, we know, yeah. Oh, it's just, it is what it is. Like, oh my god, like, so many people are gonna die. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the fucking, like, COVID was just, like, there is going to be such a massive die-off. And they all have it coming. They all fucking have it coming, like. It's fucking crazy. The utter, undeniable stupidity. The arrogance. The shamelessness. The shameless stupidity and arrogance of these people. They should be fucking burnt at the stake. It's ridiculous, like. Fucking burdening the rest of us with their I'm such an elite. Seriously, like, I'm like, they literally are a fucking burden on the rest of us in every shape and fucking form, like, you know. It's fucking god awful, like.
So, I have a new vision for Boodle Recall. I'm only going to show it to people in person. That way, if they want to complain, I will smash their face. My name is Arnold and I'm here to say... Go! I'm at the pervert!
the matter with you? You totally forgot the guitar solo. You idiots! Play it! Play it now!
Bleeds, we could kill it. If it bleeds, we could kill it. Right, my beloved Japanites. Gotta leave it there. It is rate. And despite many challenges today, I have still delivered goo. Okay. My ass is completely numb at this stage. My mortal stomach begs for sustenance. And my fucking neck is killing me. So, I must bid you farewell. I must recharge my chi for tomorrow's painting goo. So, I shall return
Tomorrow, same time, same price, same high-octane Paintingu energy. If you haven't paid for Paintingu, you have no honor! And the link is in the description. Get some honor now. Do it. Do it now! In the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I shall see you soon for more Paintingu! Sayonara!